Yeah.
Bill, do you have a section of the book you're prepared to read? Um, do you have a section of Mark's production story?
No, I did. I didn't know that I was going to be asked to do performance art here.
Well, I was gonna read a section, but I was only gonna read it as Werner Herzog.
Ah. Okay, well, let me go.
Here, you want me to read my section first?
Well, I was going to read the part where you're mentioned.
You're gonna be looking for a long time.
Well, no, it's on the penultimate page.
I don't know that I'm worth a mention in this thing because there's some pretty epic titans in this thing, but it's appreciated, Mark. Thank you.
Well, of course.
So
You're a part of the story.
let me while Bill is looking, I'm gonna read a segment from Radio Flyer and Lethal Weapon 3. And I'm gonna read it as Mark Marshall doing his audiobook. As the production of season 2 of Tales from the Crypt began winding down, I once again contemplated my future. HBO wouldn't decide on a renewal of the series until later in the year. There would be no justification for keeping me on in any capacity. Strangely, I was at peace with this situation. I was sick of that fucking puppet. I'm sorry. I paraphrased it. I apologize. Personally, I was at peace with the situation. However, it was time to start looking for the next job, as one does in our business. Fortunately, I wouldn't have to search for long. In early 1990, Richard Donner was introduced to a script by its author, David Mickey Evans. It was the story of two brothers, Mike and Bobby, who move with their single mother across the country to the West Coast. She develops a relationship with a man who targets Bobby for physical abuse during drunken bouts. As the abuse intensifies, older brother Mike hatches an amazing plan to save Bobby from the brutal beatings. Dick hated the subject of abuse, but loved the spirit of the boys and their belief that life at their age holds magic and mysteries. He asked Warner Brothers to make a bid for the screenplay, but Columbia Pictures, run by newly installed studio heads Peter Gerber and John Peters, Bill Daly's favorite, were the ultimate winners.
I like those guys.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It was $1 million deal and included money for Evans to direct his screenplay. Actor Michael Douglas's company, Stonebridge, was engaged to produce. David was a remarkable writer, but as a first-time director, he was in over his head. After falling severely behind schedule, Michael Douglas pulled the plug on the project. David would later acquit himself with The Sandlot. Knowing of his love for the script, Douglas called and offered Dick the opportunity to direct. He immediately agreed. Dick's wife, Lauren, Mr. Mom, Pretty in Pink, Lady Hawk, was named producer, and Jenny Lou Tugin was set as co-producer. I had known Jenny and her husband, Jim, since the Goonies days. Jenny was brilliant and intuitive, always 6 steps ahead, which made her the perfect producer. Okay, hold on. Jenny needed an assistant.
Go analog. Go analog.
I did.
Mark.
I sent the book back to be autographed by said author, and I haven't got my copy yet.
He doesn't know how to write.
It's not.
Just like I don't know how to read. All right, so let the dyslexic continue with his reading. Hold on. Jenny needed an assistant, and I was available. Without missing a beat, I relocated to Dick's office suite on the Warner Brothers lot, the same suite which belonged to Amblin Entertainment 6 years earlier, and before that, Frank Sinatra.
And First Artists.
Yes. A little backstory. Building 102, which housed Amblin Entertainment in the early 1980s, was originally built for Frank Sinatra and his production company. I don't know who occupied the building between Sinatra and Spielberg. However, in late 1983, Steven informed Warner Brothers of his intent to vacate the structure. Producer Joel Silver, who would later produce the Lethal Weapon franchise with Donner, claimed the space for his Silver Pictures. Joel's company already occupied a sizable abode at the other end of the walkway leading to Building 102, as well as several officers lining the walkway between the buildings Dick visited between the buildings. Now, I know exactly those buildings you're talking about. You're right. He had like a row of what was like Munchkin housing, I would refer to it. It was just these offices that all looked the same, and the personnel. Anyway, and then I'll finish with this. Dick visited Steven at Amblin shortly before the move to Universal, and loved the spacious main office. Late one night before Silver Pictures took possession of the building, Dick stealthily moved his office and staff into the space. To say that Silver was not pleased would be an understatement. Now, that's one of those moments you got to love, because I love that office space that Donner got. I loved Silver's space too. I can't believe he really was that angry over Donner, ultimately the director of the Lethal Weapon franchise, being set up across the golf cart path in such a, I don't know. But this is a guy that walked around in gold pajamas. So what can I tell you?
Yeah.
Hi there, everybody. Voice actor Roger Craig Smith here to talk to you about NMOSD. It can paralyze you, it can blind you, it can even kill you in a matter of minutes, but we are very close to a cure. And with that cure could come a cure for cancer. So please go to the Guthrie Jackson Foundation and donate today. Appreciate it.